protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Epic Smasher. There we go. It's all good. Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Epic Smasher, and today is Motivational Monday. I see everyone across the board. Welcome. Coltonga. Whenever you join, just keep in mind you never know who you're talking to. So in life across the board. So I appreciate you for being here, first off. Secondly, Sherry is correct. I do typically, in most cases, just Motivational Monday on Mondays. Depends on what's happening, but in most cases, it is just Motivational Monday. So I don't play Fortnite. I appreciate you for being here. And, Colt, keep in mind, it is important to be nice to every single person you come in contact with. Your energy is going to spread no matter what, and you're going to be seen in millions of different perspectives. And how do you want to be, and how do you want to show up, and how do you want to be seen? So I appreciate everyone for being here. Sherry, thank you so much. I appreciate you for informing and letting the new ones know. Sherry is actually one of our moderators, and she helps individuals and guides them while we go throughout our process. And we let the OGs, in a sense, there you go, Chantel, also an OG here. So individuals like them are going to let new individuals like yourself or people who don't know what happens Monday through Friday a little bit of information while I'm not there or being present. TikTok, what up? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. You guys, this is Motivational Monday. I'm super excited. It's going to be good. OG, yes, sir. Colton, you may not be new, but if you don't know what Monday through Friday the schedule is, then, this is for you. This moment's for you. Okay? Here we go. All right, we're going to start answering some questions that you guys may have for life. I'm going to give you a different positivity, a different outlook, optimism, just a different way of looking at life. So that's what today is about. If you have questions, you can put them in the chat, or you can go to the Discord and put a question in the forum. That way, nobody knows it's you, and you can remain anonymous. I know what it is. All right, cool. Well, that is important. Here we go. Let me pull up the questions. Okay. First question of the night. Okay, here we go. Colton, I'll come to your question in just a second. First question of the night is, how do you figure out what you actually want in life when everything feels uncertain? It's a good question, and now that has many different responses. But we can surely figure out where to start. So how do you figure out what you actually want in life when everything feels uncertain? So you need to get clarity. You don't know what you want. How do you start to figure it out? I think in multiple ways. The first way is writing down how you feel. And when you write down your thoughts, then you can kind of sort through those, and you can identify where your day-to-day mind is going. Where is it going? Is it going to finances? Is it going to love? Is it going to certain problems? Is it going to certain dreams? Is it going to certain desires? What is your mind thinking about? Okay, if you know what it thinks about, then okay, do we want those things? Do we need those things? Is this something that we're trying to change about ourselves? Is this something that we really want to work on? Is this something we want to obtain? That's why writing it down is very important, because then you can sort out, okay, is this the thoughts I want in my brain? Is this the thoughts that I need to overcome, like whether it's a weakness, whether it's a trauma, whether it's a barrier? Are these things that we need to work on and heal? Or are these things that we can say, okay, hey, this is actually something I'm interested in. Now that I know that I'm interested in this, whether it's in a sport, whether it's a hobby, whether it's just something you always wanted to try. Thank you so much. You guys are bossy bosses. Let's go. Colton. Mr. Gaming Gravity, what up? What's going on? Here we go. So writing down is going to give you a little bit more clarity, because if you're uncertain, it's going to give you a little bit more clarity on what thoughts you're having and what thoughts you care about, which ones you want to work on, which ones you want to heal on, which ones you want to just gain a new skill. Second is meditating. That way you can clear some of those thoughts that you may not want, or you may need to work through, or just to give you a little bit more guidance and focus. It'll help with your breathing, because when you're meditating, you're working on your breathing at the same time. So when you do that, you're going to work on your heart, you're going to work on your mind, you're going to get a little bit more in the zone and ready to tackle whatever you're wanting to hit. So writing down, meditating, those are like really key in my eyes. And then trying out things of interest. Once again, write down top 1 through 25, 1 through 50, 1 through 100, whatever your list. Can it reach 200? Can it reach 300? Whatever it is, try to get that list, and then figure out within a year what ones can you knock off. Okay, cool. These are the ones that I really want to do this. Okay, so that then okay, this is something that gets my heart going. This is something I'm excited about. This is something that I definitely wanted to try. Cool. Now we have a little bit of guidance. Okay, this individual wants to go to Japan and snowboard on their mountains and just experience that. So then we know, okay, Japan ticket, got to learn to snowboard. If that's not the case, you got to find out what your itinerary is, what you're doing, how you're traveling, what kind of that whole encompass of things. And you work backwards. Then you're like, okay, I have something excited to work for. Okay, now that I know I want to get here, do I have the resources and support to do that? Okay, resources is like funds, and support is like, do you have a dog that needs to be taken care of? Can somebody do that? Okay, think about those things. Now okay, that's what I want to do. I need the resources. Okay, so then you're going to go out and you're going to get, work a few extra hours to be able to get to where you want, which is Japan, and go snowboarding, right? So write down, meditate, write down as many of interest things that you could possibly think about, and figure out how and which ones get your heart going the most of excitement, and just be like, okay, I'm going to do this one, and then reverse engineer from there, which is then going to give you that kind of guidance. It's going to give you clarity. You're going to know a direction on which way you want to go. It doesn't need to be your forever thing. It just needs to be the thing that you really want to chase right now. Cool? Dope. So let's go to this next question. Colton, put the question in once, or when I'm like, okay, hey, who's got the question? I see it. You don't want one of the moderators to mute you. You're super cool. Just treat everyone with respect. Put the question in once or when I ask for it, and you'll be good. Okay? Coltonanga. This is a great question. Okay? Coltonanga says, how do you treat your girlfriend better? Well, I like that you're starting here. And before we get into this, Mr. Gaming says, how are you? Give me tricks of act. What do you mean tricks? Tricks for ACT. Tricks for act. Give me tricks for act. What do you mean, Mr. Gaming Gravity? He says, oh, I'm doing track and field. Do you have any advice? Give me for an ACT exam? I'll give you tricks for an ACT exam. Okay. So we're going to come back to this. Mr. Gaming, stay with me. We're going to come back to your question. It wasn't all in one. Oh, no, that's a different one. Okay. We're going to come back to those questions. But 2.2. Know that I see you. Okay. So Colton's question was, how do you treat your girlfriend better? So Colton, appreciate you for coming here, being vulnerable enough to want to know how you can be better. I think that's the start. The start is you're coming to here to learn a little bit more on how you can show up better for your girlfriend. And I think that's important. That's a great start. That's an awesome start. I'm super proud of you. So how do you treat your girlfriend better? One, by being curious. The more curious you are, the more you can pay attention to detail. The more you can pay attention to detail, you can find out what they care about. The more you find out what they care about, the more you can show up for support in those areas. Because as men, we want to protect and provide. So if we listen and we say, hey, she has been really talking about how she has wanted to, since I've known her. Let's say you've known her for a long period of time. Maybe it's a new girlfriend. It could be a girlfriend for ages. It could be whatever it is. You know she cares about her family. Okay, sweet. That's a great start. Let's use your example. She cares about her family. So then if you know that she cares about her family, you can go talk to her family and say, hey, I've really wanted to put together a dinner and I really want all you guys to be there. So I was thinking we could make walking tacos, suggest a meal, whatever you want, something easy, whatever they can do, something fun, enjoyable. Everybody just brings one thing, one dish, or one colored dish, or whatever it is, or one themed dish, or you take care of it, whatever it may be. I think it would be cool. You just go into their family and in one way, shape, or form and just throw a family party, or invite the family out to go do some sort of activity. If she loves family, then you can do something with the family, involve that family in some way, shape, or form. That's one way. You're listening, you're paying attention to detail, you're saying, hey, this is what she cares about. I'm going to involve what she cares about. That's cool. So, once again, curiosity, being curious enough to listen to on the day to day, find out what she cares about, what she likes, what does she talk about, where is her thought process. If she says something, if you're, maybe don't have in that moment, maybe she's on the phone with you and she's like, oh, this was really awesome, I really want this. You pay attention. Then you go back months down the line, or whatever it is, whenever it is, and you grab that certain thing. You paid attention. It's not that she expected it. It's not that you're praising her in a sense. You're just paying attention to detail, wanting to treat her good. She's treating you good. If she doesn't, that's a different situation. But so, curiosity, learn more. People change every single day. Interests change every single day. She's not who you first met. You're not who you were when you first met her. So don't expect her to be the same person. So learn, be curious, ask. You said we can only talk at school. You were friends and you asked her out a long time ago. Oh, asked her out. It took her a long time to answer. That's okay. She had to make choices. She had things going on in her life. Sometimes we have to, I say this all the time, we have to present that idea, get it in their head. Even if you just meet somebody, you gotta kind of present it in that way. So that way you're not staying in that friend zone, right? And you let her know, hey, I like you. Now she has to absorb that and say, well, do I like this person? Do I find them attractive? If that's the thing, do they have the qualities that I like in a certain said person? So cool. You presented it. She took her time. She said, okay, he qualifies. You qualified. Okay, boom. Now she said, yes, that's awesome. So in order to maintain this, you want to create curiosity. You want to be spontaneous. Make it fun. Make dates fun. It doesn't always have to be like, yo, I'm going to take you on this high-end crazy date. Just make them fun and enjoyable. And try to be different in your own way. Create with love, curiosity, and have fun like a child would, in a sense, But you're leading the way. You're taking charge. You're presenting just like you presented the idea. You got this, dude. All right. Here we go. Okay, so last question was, doing track and field, do you have any advice? Work on your hip flexors. Work on those hip flexors. Work on those hip flexors. Show up early. Practice consistently. Look up videos of individuals who specialize in track and field and take their advice. Pay attention to the best. Learn from the best or people who have the same interests and are doing the same thing. And you will become the best you. Doesn't need to be the best ever. You just need to be the best that you can possibly be. Nora, what up, Nora? Ow, ow, how you doing? Good to see you, Nora. We are doing Motivational Monday. Motivational Monday is one of my favorite days, guys. If you don't know what Motivational Monday is, it's where you guys can ask questions in the chat or in the Discord forum, where you can remain anonymous in the Discord forum or in the chat. People will know. However, these are questions about life, and I'm going to give you positivity, optimism, and a different way of thinking. Nora says, amazing. How are you? Absolutely amazing. I am doing all sorts of different things, having fun, leading with curiosity. Chantel, what's up? Tell me, Nora, what is something that's happening? I see you doing all sorts of traveling. What's the next place you're going to? What was the best thing about the last place? What are you currently excited about? All right, going on to the next question. Okay, the exam, the ACT exam. Tricks for the ACT exam. Okay, you ready? Okay, so this individual is asking about the ACT exam. Tricks on that. My trick, okay, would be go to Amazon, look for a book. Let me find it. Okay, I'm going to find it for you. Okay, here we go. He said, I have the exam tomorrow. Well, you might want to get the Audible. You might want to get the Audible, bro. Okay. Or you can go to Walmart. Go to Walmart. They probably have it. You could probably purchase the online version. Like the digital version. I'm actually probably sure you can. Most likely. But they have like the ACT prep for dummies. You know what I'm saying? Not that you're a dummy, but if you want to start from somewhere to get the maximum amount, but bam, I think that would be a great start. Great start, so that way you can rev up. There's a whole bunch of practice tests within it. I think an ACT exam. So I think that's the best route I would take, in my opinion, or look up some videos. Otherwise, you're going to get me. I'm going to give you the easy answer, which is go based off the knowledge that you have. If you don't know it, skip it till you get to the next one. Just fly through as many as you know, and then go back to the ones you didn't know. Give it your best guess. If it's absolutely tomorrow and you have no choice but to spend the rest of the night just reviewing, studying, you got to do that. You got to review, you got to study, you got to go over this. Make sure you get good night's rest. Make sure you eat something before it, so you're not thinking about eating, and you're properly, you got your carbs in, man. And so eat, sleep, review, go on, watch some videos that could potentially help you, man. That's what I got for you, bud. If you're 24 hours left, that's what I got. That's what I got, my boy. Okay. Next question. Here we go. Next question is, boom. This is a great question. What do you do when you outgrow people you still love? Dang, bro. What do you do when you outgrow people you still love? You can still love them. I can tell you that. You can still love them from a distance if you need. Depends on what type of thing is this. Are they the people that's going to bring you up, or the people you're going to bring you down? If they're going to bring you down, you limit and you distance. If they're the people that bring you up, and just because you're onto a different thing and they're onto this thing, they still bring you up, right? So then you're just going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to call them in these certain situations because they lift me up. But if it's a group that's like, okay, hey, they're not, they're in this, doing this thing, and it doesn't align with me, and, we're trying to go in separate routes, and maybe our, alignment isn't in check. Maybe our views are different. Maybe we just don't get along. Whatever the circumstances is, it is okay. It is absolutely okay to still love them from a distance. And it is okay to outgrow people. It's actually a part of life to have people in our lives for chapters. And you can have people in for multiple chapters or the whole book. Sometimes they fall off for good reasons, sometimes bad reasons, sometimes you have to let people go. If they're not willing to grow with you, outgrown, and they're not willing to grow with you, then you don't want it to sink where you pick up their habits. If it's something that, hey, I'm inevitably going this way, they're not willing to go with me, and they're not, they got habits that aren't going to align with my life, well, then you got to outgrow them. You got to keep going. You don't want them to have an imprint on you if their habits don't align with yours. If you're doing awesome, amazing things and they're not rooting you on, and they're not your biggest supporter, and they don't want you to win, they got to go. You don't got time for that. You can still love those people from a distance. And I'm rooting for you. And it's awesome and amazing to have that feeling of, okay, you know what? This was the old me who was willing to put up with these things. And now I respect myself so much that, no, I'm not willing to put up with that. So I love you. However, I can't continue to have you in my life. And you can either tell them or you don't tell them, and you move on. And just for anybody who's tuning in, the question was, what do you do when you outgrow people you still love? And that's okay. You can't outgrow them. You can root for them and say, I want them to grow too. And if they don't grow, that's on them. That's their life to live. You're supposed to root them on, of course. You're supposed to help as much as you can possibly help. You got to keep your cup filled. Because as long as your cup is filled, you can help others. Your cup is overflowing. Your cup can flow into others. So remember, in what ways are they outgrown? Are you outgrowing them? Is it, are they a negative person outgrown? Okay, distance and limit. If they're a positive person, but they're just, let's say they're stuck into whatever mindset, and you're beyond those limits. Okay, you can limit on that, but you really love their kindness and you love their energy that they bring. Okay, you want to bring them to the family parties. Okay, you want to have, whenever there's a friendship party or whatever, boom, they're still invited, of course, because they bring up the vibes. Everything's good. They're great to hang out with. You're just growing on such an expanding level that they're just going to stay stagnant in their way, but that's okay because they're awesome and fun and awesome and amazing to be around. Know which way to limit these individuals and people you love can be family members, it can be friends, it can be, and if it's individuals you love because you have a relationship with, but now you've outgrown them and they don't want to grow with you and you guys don't have an alignment, though, then you do have to make that decision. Of course, you want to see if people are willing to grow with you. And you want to give your all. And you want to give your best. And you want to see those people succeed, of course. But don't make it at risk of your own self. Don't enable. And have boundaries. Here we go. If you guys have a question, this is Motivational Monday. You can put it in the questions or put it in the chat, or you can go to the Discord and put it in the forum. And if you do it in the Discord, it will be anonymous. If you do it in the chat, people will know, but that's okay. We are here. I'll try my best. If you put anonymous, I'll try not to say your name out loud when I read it, okay? Larry says, I love your videos. Well, your name is Larry. I don't know if I believe you. No, I appreciate you so much. That's amazing. I very much so value a lot of aspects of the formats that we've chosen, and I'm glad that it brings you value and it helps. Colton, welcome back. We're on to the next question. The next question says, how do you build confidence when you don't feel proud of where you are in life? Bam. Confidence has hit last week and it hit the week before. Now we're back on it. So actually, I kind of see an alignment there. There's usually it kind of goes all around it. You guys ask a lot of variety of questions, but I have noticed confidence come up quite a few times. So how do you build confidence when you don't feel proud of where you are in life? I guess it can be like different ways of thinking. I personally would try to be like, okay, is this where I'm currently at in life? Like, I want to take myself out of the situation, put myself in their shoes, ultimately, is what I'm trying to do here. And if I wasn't proud of where I was in my current life, I ultimately built character to get up to this point. I built a lot of traits, habits, this lifestyle. What aspects of life have I been proud of? Because maybe I'm not proud of where I'm currently at in life, but what aspects of life have I been thankful for or grateful for? Because when we focus on what hasn't worked out, what's not working out, what didn't go our way, blaming it on people versus taking accountability, when we go that route, we lead to recognizing more of those negative traits in our future and present, because that's what's going to show up, because that's what we're recognizing. So when moments like this happen and you're wanting to build confidence and you're wanting to be proud of where you are, you ultimately need to make a list of what you've been proud of, or what you love about life, or what's great about life. Because when you have that gratitude and you think more about the good things, then you'll be more in the present and recognize more of the good things. And then we just need to attach it to the proud feeling, right? So we need to get to a higher vibrational state, in a sense. And in order to do that, we need to start with gratitude, being thankful, and building up that emotion of being proud. So you're one, which is where I was starting, going back and thinking about all the things that you're grateful for, thankful for, have built up to this, whether it's character building, whether it's a chapter in life, whether it's a certain person in life, whether it's a certain moment in life with that person, those specific things, but what you're thankful and grateful for. Then, once you have that list, go back through that list. This is where we're going to attach that proud feeling. I know this is going to sound a little crazy at first, but we have the thankful and grateful list. Then we're going to go back to that list and we're going to think about each thing, but we're going to take some time. Each breath each breath in, you're going to think about how proud you are for whatever specific thing you wrote down, right? So it'd be like when I'm breathing in, I'm proud for blank. I'm proud for this season where I learned this certain trick or this certain skill. I learned to whistle, as simple as that. Or I learned to ride a bike, as simple as that. I learned to swim, as simple as that. Like, go back as far as you need to go to start getting these grateful and thankful things to pay attention to throughout your life. And you're going to breathe in and you're going to be like, I'm so proud of this moment or this thing or this person as you're breathing in. And then as you breathe out, you're going to breathe out all that kind of weight feeling that you consistently have, that whether it's anxiety, depression, self-low, that non-confidence. I don't know what you would label that doubt, right? Or what's the opposite of confidence? Let's just say doubt, for instance. I know somebody else in here can come up with a better word, but let's go with self-doubt, right? So we would breathe in and we would say, I'm so proud of blank said thing. And then we hold for 4 seconds. And on the breathe out, we're going to think and we're going to say, I release all self-doubt. Boom. All self-doubt. We're just going to release. And we're going to do that for 4 seconds. Hold. And you're going to do that 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds. And you're going to go through that list. Okay? By the time you get through that list, your nervous system is going to feel calmer. You're going to feel more regulated. You're going to have that feeling that's attached to being proud. And you're going to look at these things and be grateful and thankful, right? Now we're in the present moment in this very thought process. Now we're in the present moment. We went through all these things. We're like, okay, you know what? I actually do have things to be grateful for. I do have things to be thankful for. I am proud of these things that I accomplish. I am. Now, what did we just do? We just started building up these neurons and these connections that are happening. And it's like, okay, hey, yes, self-validation. Boom, boom, I'm validating all this. Okay, it may seem small, but the more you do it, repetition, morning, day, or morning and night, and every time you do it, it's going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And that confidence is going to build within yourself in that moment, right? So now we're building up self-confidence based off of our life's journey. Now we're healing the past in a sense. Okay? We're in the present, but we have to now the future. Okay? How do we get rid of this self-doubt? We have to do things that is going to put us in a place where we're proud of for whatever future thing that we're trying to get done. So if we're proud of the past, we're feeling grateful, we're feeling thankful, we're now working in the momentum, the world's working with us, everything's working in alignment. Now we can project what we want to do and work towards that while recognizing what's currently happening for us and then seeing what's actually unfolding for us. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. I was really like, in the zone right there. So I hope that makes sense. That was a really good moment. Okay. Boom. Thank you so much. There we go. I appreciate you guys. Oh, ow. Sherry, thank you. Smashing that like button. Chantel, smashing that like button. Thank you, guys. Next question here. We got about 15 minutes left. I think we can do this. You guys have some powerful, great questions, so I appreciate this. Aw. Chantel, is that a personal question or is that just like, is that a question? Here we go. Next question is, how do you choose between stability and chasing your dreams? Ooh, bruh. Dude. Okay, these are good. These are good, guys. How do you choose between stability and chasing your dreams? Bro. Okay, this is good. Adara, what's up? Yeah, personal. Okay, bet. Adara, what's up? Okay, today is Motivational Monday, so we are answering your guys' life questions, whatever you have about life, giving you optimism, positivity, a different way of thinking. And I think we're like 5-6 questions in. I don't even know, but it's been great. The question that we're currently on is, how do you choose between stability and chasing your dreams? Well, you can do both. It's about leveraging. It's about putting certain things in place. And I got to turn this down real quick. Hang on. Hey, turn that down a bit, please. Thank you. Okay. You guys don't look. It's me bins. All right. Cool. Here we go. What up, Leland? Talk about it. Adara says, hello, I hope you're doing good. I am doing good. Thank you so much. I had a great weekend this past weekend. It was so good. Shame said, Kingston, mom Shamika at work. What up, Shamika? Cinemark, what up? How you doing? Ow, ow. I appreciate you. My Julia has been playing up Ben in agony for the past few days. What do you do for that? That's interesting. I don't know what you do in those moments. What is that? What does it do? I'm not familiar. Okay, so the question, how do you choose between stability and chasing your dreams? You can do both, guys. You want to leverage and create the stability so you can chase your dreams. If you have that leverage, it's going to be so much more easier for you to be able to expand and grow because you've already have that stability and you have something to work from. So my suggestion, what I think would work best in most cases, is to be able to do both. Create that stability while chasing your dreams. Create that nest egg or egg nest. And how you're going to do that is you're going to work, and while you're working, you know how you set up a direct deposit, right? This is not financial advice, okay? And what I mean is you have to put a disclaimer out there, okay? Not financial advice. We all have direct deposit. You want a high yield savings account. The high yield savings account, instead of, when you put your money in the bank, they borrow your money all the time, which is okay. But they don't pay you for that money in most cases, or not a lot. So that's why you put it in a really good high yield savings account. When you put it in a high yield savings account, you get that savings from day to day, and you want it in one of the best ones. So you definitely got to look that up, of course. But you're going to put it in a good high yield savings account. It's going to accumulate day over day. You're not going to pay your bills until they're due. Don't pay them early. Pay them when they're due, so that way you're accumulating interest on your money every single day. So that's one way to increase interest. And when you get direct deposit, you're going to put them into 3 to 5 separate different accounts. And you're going to have one for bills, one for savings, one for spending. Let's just say it's those three, right? So you have bills, savings, spending. 3 different accounts, all getting interest. All when you get direct deposit, you put in, you can set it up that way. So that way, once you get paid, you're not even looking at it. It just automatically splits 3 different ways. So that way, when you go to your bank, you're not like, okay, let me take out this amount and let me put it into this account and put this account into that amount and that amount into this account. No, do it with your employer or whoever, if you're self-employed, whatever it is, set it up multiple different direct deposits into those high yield savings accounts, 3 different ones, 3 to 5, depends on what you're doing. You might have debt out there, so one of them might need to be debt. You might want a family trip one or whatever that might be. So 3 to 5 different ones. Have them automatically set out so that way you're not thinking about it, and the only one that you're actually really truly paying attention to in most cases is your spending one, because that's the only what you can spend is what's in that amount. And then your bills, only what's in there you can spend. And then your savings is in your savings, you're not going to touch that. And debt is building up and it's taking slowly, but it's also building up to where you're going to be able to pay that debt off faster, right? So you're going to set it up in that way to where you're going to have a certain percent, let's say, let's say 5, 10%, 20%, whatever you want to do for your foundation. You can have a foundation account where it's like, okay, hey, I will be there in approximately 11 minutes. Is everyone okay? Everyone's okay? Well, then I'm good. No, you can't take that.
Can I show them?
You can show them, but you can't take that. The coconuts. Dun 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 dun.
Can I do it in here with you?
I'm answering questions, so you got to be extremely quiet. Close the door and sit on the bed or something.
Can I watch?
You can watch, but I gotta lock in, so you can't talk or do anything. Okay, this is the question. Okay, how do you choose between stability and chasing dreams? Stability is like you need a house, you need a cell phone, you need food, you need a car.
Praying to God?
Praying to God. That's a great one. Okay, so you can pray to God and God can help you with your answers, give you clarity and guidance. I like that.
I pray to Jesus?
Yeah. That's a great start. I love that. So I was telling them that you don't have to do or, you can do both. You can create stability.
What?
Shamika says amen. It's true.
No, right here.
Fanny says so sweet. That was so sweet.
No, Rome.
Oh, hey, Rome. How are you? Says Chantel.
Good.
You're good? That's awesome.
I got a new shirt.
You got a new shirt? Here, let's lock in the camera so that way it will. Ooh. Boom. There we go. Boop. Boop. Is it still following us?
Can you make this one bigger?
Well, you can see it right here. Oh, it's still following us. Okay. Chantel says, good. Oh, wow. You got a new shirt. How cool. Who is it?
Winky Box.
Lucky Box?
No, Winky Box.
Lanky Box?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
It's a YouTube video.
Okay, that's cool. All right, so the question. How do you choose between stability and chasing your dreams? You can do both, right? You don't have to stop one for the other, right? We create stability because we need a foundation. We need a house. We need...
Wait, Dad.
No, what do what I posted on? What do what Dad
You wanna
did for me?
Okay, you're gonna show him the phone, the background. Oh, hang on one second.
Can I move?
Hang on. Let me get it to where it doesn't want to move. Hang on. We gotta put our hand up. There we go. Okay, now you can do it.
Not that.
Okay, so every time he goes to his soccer practice, he takes a new picture with his coaches, and he likes to put them as my wallpaper. And so he'll take a picture, and then we'll make it into like some anime looking one on ChatGPT, and then we'll make it spatial so it moves and all the stuff. So he likes to make my wallpaper him and his coaches. You're funny. Andre, smash that like button.
Oh wait, Andre?
Yep, Andreas. Angeles.
Dad. You said Andre?
Andreas.
That almost sounded like Andre.
It does sound like Andre. It's
And Andre is in my trash.
Yeah. Andreas says hi.
Hi.
Okay, let's do this. You ready? Okay, so you don't have to choose one or the other. You can choose both. Create that stability.
Wait, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
So, there is a challenge
Does this have to do with the questions?
where, there, a shark and you got a fish, but somebody did this. Put pokers in the mouth.
Pokers in the shark's mouth?
Yeah.
So it would hurt the shark?
No, for it can hurt them.
But the shark has teeth.
Yeah, and then put it between the teeth.
Okay.
So for them can't just move their hand.
So they're no matter what gonna get bit.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yikes.
And then somebody did this. Grab the last one.
I don't think anybody should
And
grab
said,
it.
guys, anybody that is in the chat subscribed. Them said that, and I didn't.
You
I
didn't
just
subscribe?
left.
Yeah, we ain't trying to watch nobody get their hand bitten off.
I did this.
Okay.
Did that. And then them pulled it.
For real?
Yeah, and then they their hand in there.
Okay.
Then did this.
They got bit.
And then it went like this. But the hand literally did
Gone.
this. Shot off.
Yep, it's true.
And then there was a knife in there.
You got a wild imagination. Is this a video?
Yes.
Okay, that's a
No,
wild
it was
video.
a YouTube video.
Yeah, that's a wild video. You shouldn't be watching that.
And it was, then was literally dry dreaming.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I only just saw the knife.
Well, let's not
Them
watch
said,
those videos.
wait, what? The knife? Not a knife. And then when the mouth choked on it, it did this. It went out the mouth and almost hit their head.
Wow.
I said, move your head, it's coming. And then they moved their head, it went on their ceiling and fell on their leg.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm doing.
Wow,
Wait,
that is wild.
Well,
Andrea says, are you going to be playing something? Today is Motivational Monday, so we will not be playing anything. We are just answering questions about life, giving you positivity, optimism, and a different way of thinking. Sharks and knives and all that stuff is typically not in the segment.
Yeah.
But we're gonna just let you know all that good stuff as well. It's a good funny stories. Chantel says Epic isn't playing today. It's Motivational Monday, Andreas. Dun dun dun. Okay, on to the next question. Because you can do both. We were talking about that, how to set it up.
I'm not doing it this time.
You're not doing the question.
No.
All right. Hi. Here, I'm going to talk for you. I'm going to talk for you. Yeah. Here. I'll do this. I'll talk, and then you try to lip what I say, okay? You ready? Hi. No, you have to do it with your mouth. Hi. No, you got to like try to talk. Like mouth it. Hi. I'm Rome. But you have to do faster though. But now you understand the concept.
I won't.
Bro. Okay. All right, next question. Here we go.
Guys, you fooled me. Don't even think about it doing it again.
I'm going to.
Not right now.
I have to ask this question first, though. You
You
ready?
better.
Here's the question. You ready?
You're not.
You ready? Here's the question. You ready? Okay, here's the question. How do you find peace when life feels chaotic? Well, anything that feels chaotic, you just got to throw. You just got to throw. You just got to let it go. You got to just let it go. If it feels chaotic, just let it go. Just let it go. If it feels chaotic, you just got to let it go.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. What do you do? What do you do if it feels chaotic?
No.
What do you do if it feels chaotic? You gotta let it go.
No.
All right.
Keep going.
That was an easy answer.
No, it was.
Should we give him the long answer?
Yeah.
Go. All right. All right.
Stop following me.
They said keep it going.
No.
They said keep it going.
You better.
They didn't say it. They didn't say that. Okay. How do you find peace when life feels chaotic? What brings you peace? You know when.
Yeah, no, bye. Bye.
Okay. So when life feels a little chaotic,
I jumped at the right time.
we just have
Ow,
to.
ow.
We just gotta limit it sometimes. You gotta limit the chaos. And how you do that is you just whatever
Guys,
you know
ow.
is causing it,
Guys, see? Oh.
and it
See-
just keeps
see
on
what
going.
it-
You're just like,
See
okay,
what won't
breathe.
go?
Just start to
You
breathe,
want me to go? Help me.
and we're gonna get rid of it.
No.
And we're gonna get rid of it.
No.
Get rid of the chaos.
No.
And then when the chaos comes back, then you just get rid of it again. Okay. All right. Don't pay attention. Okay, we're back. Here we go. Okay. So the real answer, how do you find peace when life feels chaotic? Well, you can pick it up and you can throw it out. That would be the easy answer, of course. But truthfully, how you find peace when life feels chaotic is you got to do things that bring you peace. You got to breathe. You got to meditate. You got to get things off your mind. That's why it comes back to the things that I typically say, which is breathe, take walks, meditate, write in a journal, speak to somebody. Do things that naturally allow you to feel types of emotions, whether it's sing, whether it's dance, whether it's play an instrument, whether it's watch a movie that makes you cry, whether it's watch videos that make you cry or make you happy. You got to start with those. Start with the things that slow you down, bring you calmness, bring you peace. Listen, sitting at a beach and listening to the waves hit the rocks, or the shoreline hitting the sand, and when your feet is against it and you can feel it brush up against your toes or whatever. Think about the things that bring you peace and what gives you that good sense of feeling, and visit those. Try to extract the things that bring you chaos. If you know that you're late for work every day, set something that gives you an extra hour buffer. Even if you're sitting at work for an extra half hour in front of it, during that half hour, pick up something that you enjoy, whether you like to read a book, and you can be interested in any type of book, and if you can't stand reading, get an audible book or a podcast or a show you like to watch that can give you just a little bit of something beforehand that you're not. So that's what I would say. Prep the night before. Okay. Next question, and we are actually on to our last one, maybe. Technically, there's two. How do you guys feel? Should we do two questions? There's two left. What do you guys think? While you guys say something in the chat, we'll start this one. How do you stay consistent when your streams aren't growing? How do you stay consistent when your streams aren't growing? Do two? Okay. Interesting. Okay. This question, this is interesting. This is great for anybody who's live streamers out there, or want to make content or live streaming and having issues with how many people are watching, or how many people are engaging, or whatever it may be. It says, how do you stay consistent when your streams aren't growing? Staying consistent is just finding the sweet spot, in a sense. Finding out what you're capable of doing over a long period of time. If you do 5 days a week, which you guys, 5 days a week is a lot. I do 5 days a week. It's a lot. Can be. But I do it. If you're doing multiple things at one time, it can be. For sure, it is. Find out the sweet spot. Find out what you can do, like what you're willing to do, or what you're capable of doing. So, hey, I know that I'm able to live stream 3 days, 2 days out of the week. And in those 2 days, I know that I can do 1 hour to 2 hours each. Well, you don't need to live stream for long. You just need to live stream to get content. Getting the content is going to be what your bread and butter is, in a sense, because this live streaming is the foundation that gives you content. Then the content is what's going to get you more viewers that you typically wouldn't get while just chilling there. Because as content's being sent out, your image is up there and it's like, I'm live. And then people question, hey, I want to click this. And then when you're live, it also shows up, and many different factors on how you can get noticed. But how you stay consistent is choosing a schedule that's going to work for you, that even over 6 months to a year to 2 years to 3 years to 5 years to 10 years, you will still follow through because that's what you choose and literally want to do. I love and choose to do 5. I don't need to do 5. I could do 3 and it would perfectly be fine. I could probably actually do 3, do 1 whole content day and 1 whole editing and getting things set up for posting, and it probably would work out better for me now that I'm thinking about it. So that might be an actual adjustment. Who knows? But I like to know that, okay, I am supposed to be here at this time. I do this at this time. I know that if I make this content and post this amount, I'm not asking for money. That thing's crazy. Monica B, welcome. Okay, so just picking a schedule that's going to work for you. Pick a schedule that works for you. Stay consistent on that. Make content from it. Post it. Don't just live stream. Do live streaming and make content on the side as well. And that can be like off-stream content, because it's going to give fresh content that nobody's seen. And then there's going to be content that people seen on the live stream. So they're going to be like, yo, how do I see this? Oh, you have to be on the live stream. Oh, and he makes content on the side, and you can get special access if you're you pay $10 a month, you can potentially be in those videos, like something like that. Okay, here we go. This is the last question of the night. The last question of the night, everybody. You guys have all been amazing. Thank you so much. It says, what would your life look like if you fully believed in yourself? Okay, that's a good one. What would your life look like if you fully believed in yourself? And this is a question for all you guys. Not only is it a question that I'm going to answer, not only is it a question that is huge, it's a question for you guys. What would your life look like if you fully believed in yourself? What do you think? I want you to really think about this. What would your life look like if you fully believed in yourself? See, I believe in myself, and as I read that, it took me a second, because I had to really listen to what I just wrote, or listen to what I just read. Because when you listen, you can find deeper meaning, or actually like a certain thing that you need to attach yourself to. And it's not, do you believe in yourself? Because that could be just like the subconscious level. Like, yeah, I believe in myself, right? But no, this is, do you fully believe in yourself? Like, what would life be if you fully believed? Because it's not, what would life be if you believed in yourself? It's, what would it be if you fully believed in yourself? There's a difference. There's a difference there. So as I read that, I was like, wow. Like, let me really absorb that for a second, because there's context to that. There's depth to that. If you believe in yourself, that's amazing. But to fully believe in yourself, that's instinctual. That is, you can go about life just being. Because you have no self-doubt, you have no you're not questioning anything, you're just instinctually just doing it. So, because you believe in yourself that much. So, what would your life look like if you fully believed in yourself? Mine, if I fully, because I believe in myself, if I fully believed in myself to the max, and I think like along your journey, it's not even in this moment, it's along your journey, I believe very much so that I align with Mr. Beast. There's been many parts in my life that, like, crossroads, where it's like, hey, you know, I want to do this, and environmental things can potentially tell you no, but you have to be the person who's not going to be victim-minded by it and say, okay, I'm going to make the way, versus, oh, it's not accessible to me. Okay, I'm going to just, you know, maybe I'll find another way, not acceptable, you know, not accessible, another, and then after a while give up. So I think it's important to never give up on yourself, and that's where that fully belief in yourself comes into play, because you believe you're capable of something. But if you would have fully believed, it would have been inevitable. And that's one thing that I always said about myself in the past, is it's inevitable. I've said it, I actually repeat it all the time, like, it's inevitable. It's because I was so assured within my self-belief that it's going to happen. So I think because I do believe in myself, and I think if I were to fully believe myself, I would be in a very, very similar position. Not that I would overtake by any means, that's not what I'm saying. I believe that I would be in a very similar position where we would be doing things in alignment. That's what I believe. And I think we still are. Just need to keep growing. Yes. I love it. Okay, that was all the questions. I was just looking through to see if we went through them all. Yes, that was every single question. You guys, if you have questions for next week, put it into the Discord forum where you can put your questions in, and they will be read off next week. Or you can put them in the chat while we are chatting, and it will be, everybody will know. Or if you do in the Discord, it'll be anonymous. So it's up to you. You guys are bossy bosses. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Make sure you guys are here. If you guys want to be able to potentially participate in the stream, it's going to be cool. I have been doing a lot of ranked, so if you guys should, if you're not, work on your rank tonight. So you guys are, if you're in my rank, I will let you join. If you're above my rank, I'll let you join. If you're below my rank, I will not let you join. So make sure you guys are my rank or above tomorrow. My rank currently is a gold 2, if I'm not mistaken. Gold 2 or gold 3. So get higher, because I'm going to be working on mine as well. If you're above me, I will allow you to add, because we will be doing ranked, okay? All right, you guys, Love you. Catch you on the flip side. Ciao. Oh,